Hello, friends. Today you are going to listen to a story called Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. When I read a story, I read the words and I look at the pictures. Sometimes the pictures give me more information about the story than the words. Sometimes, too, there are also words in the pictures that help me to understand the story better. Our lesson topic today is growing food. You are going to listen to a book about how to make a pie. The title is Pie in the Sky. The author and illustrator is Lois Ehlert. What does an author do? Yes, an author writes the words. And what does an illustrator do? Yes, an illustrator makes the pictures. Lois Ehlert wrote the words and she made the pictures of this story. Pie in the Sky is a story about something that would happen in real life. The fancy word for this kind of book is called realistic fiction. In this story, you will hear some new words. You will hear buds. The word buds means flowers that aren't open yet. You see buds on trees and on flowers in the springtime. You will hear the word damp. Damp means a little wet. After your teacher wipes down your table in the morning, after you finish breakfast, that table is damp. It's a little bit wet. You will hear the word feast. A feast is a very big meal. Sometimes you have a feast with friends or family. The last word you will hear is finally. Finally means after a long time. We have an essential question today. How do people get food from plants? How do people get food from plants? Let's look at the cover. Here is a pie. Have you ever eaten a pie? In America, most people have pie for dessert. There's a top crust, it's like a dough, and there's a bottom crust, and then there's something sweet in the middle. But you could also have a pie that has meat in the middle as well. But usually in the United States, a pie is a sweet pie, something that you eat after your dinner or your lunch. Now, what kind of a pie do you think this is? I see these little red circles. Usually in a pie, there is fruit. What could these little red circles be? I think these are cherries. Cherries are a sweet fruit that grows in the spring. Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. Now I know this story is about a pie, and I'm going to read to find out what kind of a pie in the sky is. This tree was here when we moved in. Here is the tree trunk. Dad says It's a pie tree. I see a blue jay feather with black stripes, a white tip, and a green caterpillar with a yellow band and an orange false eye, but no pie. So who's telling this story? Is it the dad? No, it's a child telling the story. It's a boy or a girl who's about your age. And I know this because the words say, Dad says. The child's dad says it's a pie tree, right here. I've never seen pies growing on trees. Wouldn't that be something? I also see green grass, red ladybugs, red-brown bark, and a blue-green dragonfly. But no pie. Dad showed me buds on our tree today. He says that's a good sign, but we won't know till summer if we'll get pie. I see yellow leaves with green spots, brown buds here, a brown chrysalis, and a gray snow sky. Background. But no pie. Winter's finally over. Sweet spring is here at last. Buds we saw last fall are bursting into bloom. I see green leaves, white blossoms, yellow pollen, blue eggs in a brown nest, yellow honeybees with black stripes, and a yellow butterfly. But no pie. So this child is watching the tree looking for pies to hang off of it, but doesn't see any. Let me ask you a question, friends. Is this season the same season as this? Do they look the same? Look again. This season and this season? No. How do you know they're different? Well, let's look. There's yellow leaves, green spots. They're falling off the tree. There's the buds and the chrysalis. There's one ladybug. But look here. There's all sorts of blossoms. And there's a nest with bird eggs and bees and butterflies. This is fall or winter. And this season is spring, just like it is outside now. If you look outside your window, you might even see blossoms like this, or butterflies, or bees. But now a damp wind is blowing, and all the flower petals are falling down like rain. Remember, damp means a little wet. So in the springtime, sometimes rain comes, but it's not a very hard rain. It's very soft, and things just get a little bit wet, a little damp. I see white petals, dark gray tails, brown branches, and a gray rain sky. See the gray rain sky in the background? But no pie. Do you see any pie on this tree? No, I don't either. You know what I think? I think something's finally growing on that tree of ours. Where is it growing? Oh, I see orange and lime green balls, a yellow moon, and stars. A pale green moth and a dark blue sky, but no pie. The birds sure sound excited. I wonder what's going on. What do you think is going on? The birds are talking to one another. Yeah. Oh, what's this bird doing? He's eating one of these things. I see a robin's rusty red breast and white speckled throat, a gray catbird with a black crown and tail. There's the tail. Purple violet clouds in a pink and orange sky. But no pie. I don't see any pie. I see these things. Uh-oh. Now I see. What are these birds doing? These things are called cherries. These are fruits. It's called a cherry. When they're ripe, they're all red, and inside there's a hard thing. It's called a pit. It's almost like a stone. And you eat the red fruit, like this bird is, around the pit, but you don't eat the pit because it's very hard. I see brown cherry pits, red wingtips on cedar waxwings, and white rings around robin's black eyes, but no pies. The child says, uh-oh. Why do you think the child says, uh-oh? What are the birds doing? They're eating the cherries. It's a cherry feast. They're having a big meal with those cherries. I see orange-breasted orioles, black spots, and tips on butterfly wings. There's the black spots. There's the tips on butterfly wings. And ripe red cherries. And a bright blue sky. But no pie. Remember, Dad called this a pie tree. Where's the pie? But hey, raccoon, save some for us. I see a raccoon's black mask, black toes, black nose, and eye, and the lime green glow of fireflies, but no pies. At last, Dad says it's time for us to pick cherries. We're going to make a pie. Oh, so besides the birds, friends, who else is going to eat the cherries? The raccoon. He likes the cherries. We know the birds like the cherries. Look, they're even eating one of the cherries out of the pail. And the child and the dad says they're going to make a pie. They're going to bake one. And then they'll probably eat it. I see gray wings, a black and orange tail, a yellow beak, a silver gray pail. Pail is another word for a bucket. And a blue fly. Still, no pie. Oh, it looks like they're going to make the pie, though. First, we wash the cherries. We squeeze out all the pits. Remember, the pits are the hard thing in the middle of the cherry. And save the juice. Then we put the cherries in a bowl. We add the juice, flour, sugar, cinnamon, and stir it with a spoon. This is called the filling, friends. It's what's in the middle of the pie, and it's very sweet and it's very good. Next, we mix the pie crust dough. We roll out 2 crusts. There's a rolling pin. And press one in the pan. So one goes at the bottom. Then we pour the filling in. And this is going to go on top. We add the top crust, put the pie in the oven, and wait for it to bake. That looks good. Now Dad cuts the pie. He puts a piece on each plate. Wow! That was the best pie I've ever eaten. Is the pie good? Does the child like the pie? Yes. How do you know the child likes the pie? What did the child say in the story? The child said, "Wow, that was the best pie I've ever eaten." Then the child says, "I wonder if the birds would like it." Do you think the birds would like it? What do you think will happen when I turn this page? Oh, did you think the birds would like the pie? I did too. I thought they would like the pie. And look, they're eating the pie all gone. I know that they like the pie because the pie plate is almost empty. Now, friends, we had an essential question. How do people get food from plants? We know how animals get food from plants. Let's look back. The animals get food from plants by eating the food off the tree, like the birds. Look, they're eating the food right from the tree. And the raccoons get food from plants, just like the birds. They eat the food off the tree. But how do people get food from plants? Could we go and eat the cherries right off the tree? Yes, we could. They're very good that way, but maybe we don't have time to stop and eat all of the cherries at once. Maybe we want to eat them later. So we make a pie. How do we make a pie? Well, let's see. First, we pick the cherries. Next, we wash the cherries. Next, we make the filling. Next, we make the dough. Next, we bake the pie. Next, we cut the pie. And last, we eat the pie.